Hi, I'm David Gancher, Chairman of the Buncombe County Commission. It's been 1 year since we've been together as a group, and I want to thank Vice Chair Stanley, Commissioners Peterson, Bailey, and Jones for working together and getting a lot of good things done for Buncombe County. Our first meeting for the year 2010 is going to be on January 5th. Among the items we're going to be talking about are, first of all, we're going to get a report from the Soil and Water Conservation Easement Group. We're going to be looking at a couple more conservation easements. And what we do with conservation easements, it is a good way to preserve land. All of us know, even now in this depressed economy, land costs a lot. What a conservation easement is, we buy part of the land. We just buy the development rights to the land. So what happens is the owner can stay on the property and they agree not to develop the land. So this is a way to preserve farms, ridge tops, steep slopes, and the things that mean a lot to us. So far we've saved over 3,000 acres, and we're going to be hearing from a report, one of our more successful programs and something we're real proud of and will continue to do. We're also going to have a excess recovery zone facility bond allocation for Ingalls. What that means basically is we're getting stimulus money. It's not Buncombe County money. They're not tying up Buncombe County's credit worthiness. Basically, it's kind of a pass-through, and the state of North Carolina, we fully expect to award this money to Ingalls to help them develop some of their warehouse needs. Those are going to be the two big items on the official agenda. We're also on January 5th, 2010, going to have a retreat. And here are the items we have on there. We have farmland preservation and local food opportunities. Our board has made it a priority to try to support and nurture the local farmers, both in preserving their farms and getting their products to market. Because let's face it, folks, if the farmers don't make money, there are not going to be any farms. It doesn't matter how much land or development rights we buy up, you got to make money. And so we think to hit both ends of it, we're going to try to encourage people to buy local farmers' goods and going to try to figure out, going to hear options about how to make it more profitable to be farming. Some of the other ideas we've tossed around as far as farming and encouraging people to farm and make money at it is we're trying to match young people that may not have any land with maybe more senior members of our community that have land but don't have any interest in farming. We're trying to get those people together because it seems like a good match, and I think it'll be good for our community and certainly good to preserve farms. We're going to also talk about sales tax options. The General Assembly has given us the authority to consider sales tax to help meet our community needs. Nobody likes taxes, and I don't know what we'll do with this. I don't know how I feel about this at this point. But I want to see us continue to support education, do conservation easements, build parks, because I just think when the land is cheap, it's probably a good time to do it. Land is relatively cheap anyway right now. A sales tax is paid by both people that live here, but even more it's paid by people that come here to shop. So I think we're going to hear about that. Don't know how that'll end up, but we're going to discuss that, and that'll be part of our retreat. We're going to talk about sustainability and green jobs. Always important. This past year we passed a sustainable government policy. I think it's good that we say what we're going to do, what our goals are, and we're going to look at that and see if we're meeting our goals and what we can do better. Because all of us want to have a good place to pass on to our kids and grandkids. Green jobs, of course we need those. Makes a lot of sense to create jobs in areas that are going to be growth. And I think all of us can agree that the environmental friendly jobs are going to be a growth industry here. Energy loan programs. There are other communities that do creative things to encourage people to weatherize and make their homes more energy efficient. I think we're going to be seeing, are there ways that we can help people move that along, maybe through tax incentives and do things that might help people make it easier to be greener homes, greener businesses. And then we're going to talk about police power and the ETJs. ETJ means extraterritorial jurisdiction, and what that is when a city, there's 6 cities within Buncombe County, and the city can do what they have jurisdiction within their city limits. Well, they have a right to go outside those city limits in areas that they're thinking about annexing, but they're not quite ready to annex. They can go out a mile from their city limit. That's called the extraterritorial jurisdiction, or ETJ. It's kind of a no man's land in the sense that there's certain responsibility the county still has, and there's certain responsibility the cities have. A lot of times it's a county's supposed to do it, no city's supposed to do it type situation. And we're going to try to work an agreement with the cities to make sure the people that live in that no man's land, we're going to make sure that the police power ordinances, the things we're doing, are enforced there so that the people in this ETJ area don't lose their basic rights as county residents. And we're going to have to be talking with city folks and figure out, with all the 6 municipalities in Buncombe County, what's the best way and the fairest way to treat those folks. Now that we've zoned the county, there can be no new ETJs, but the existing ETJs are still open for controversy and falling through the cracks, so to speak, of enforcement. So we're going to try to be fair to those folks and make sure we get a good agreement there. So it looks like a busy year. We're gonna do things that I hope are right for the community, and I hope that you'll let me know if we do things that you don't think are right for our community. We want to be good leaders. We want to be good stewards of our money, of our land, of our mountains, and to do that we need everybody's input. None of us on the commission are smart enough to have all the answers, and I think all of us are smart enough to know that we don't know everything. So let us know your thoughts, suggestions, constructive criticism, maybe some more negative criticism, so that we can do a good job. Because I can tell you from the bottom of my heart, everybody on that commission wants to do a good job and wants to make sure we do the right things for our community. So I hope you have a great new year. I look forward to seeing you, and any time I can ever help you, please call on me. This is David Gant, your Buncombe County Commission Chair. Have a great 2010.